The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, February 4th. Tuesday's episode of The Young and the Restless promises plenty of drama, romance, and intrigue as tensions flare and relationships are put to the test. The latest spoilers hint at a major showdown between Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers, a developing romance for Billy Abbott, emotional moments for Sharon Newman, and a mysterious storyline involving Nate Hastings. Let's break down what to expect in this must-see episode. Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers clash. Sally Spectra has made quite the impression since arriving in Genoa City, and her fiery personality is bound to rub people the wrong way. On Tuesday, Phyllis Summers finds herself once again butting heads with the red-headed designer, leading to a heated confrontation. Phyllis has never been one to hold back, and her distaste for Sally has only grown since she became involved with Billy Abbott. Phyllis is convinced that Sally is not the right woman for Billy, and she isn't shy about voicing her opinion. This time, Sally manages to provoke Phyllis just enough to get a reaction, and the two engage in a verbal sparring match that will have viewers on the edge of their seats. However, just when things are about to boil over, Billy Abbott steps in. He knows better than to let these two powerful women go at it unchecked. Billy might intervene and try to play peacemaker, sending them to their respective corners before things get out of hand. Despite Phyllis's warnings and attempts to push them apart, Billy remains steadfast in his belief that Sally has been a positive influence on his life. Sally, for her part, refuses to back down and stands strong against Phyllis's accusations. She is confident in what she is building with Billy and won't let anyone, not even Phyllis, shake her resolve. Billy and Sally's romance gains momentum. Billy and Sally's relationship is still in its early stages, but both are enjoying the journey. They are on the same page about where things are headed, and their growing connection is undeniable. As they continue to navigate their budding romance, they begin planning an exciting getaway to Paris. A trip to the city of love could be just what they need to solidify their bond. But will their romantic getaway go smoothly, or will unexpected challenges arise? Given Billy's history with complicated relationships and Sally's knack for attracting trouble, there's always the possibility of drama unfolding overseas. Phyllis remains skeptical about the entire relationship, believing that Billy is wasting his time. She doesn't think Sally truly understands the real Billy, and she predicts their romance won't last. But is Phyllis genuinely concerned, or is she just jealous of their connection? Only time will tell. Nick Newman supports Sharon Newman. Over at Crimson Lights, Nick Newman checks in on Sharon Newman, who has been through an emotional roller coaster following the chaos with Jordan and Ian Ward. Nick has always had a soft spot for Sharon, and he wants to make sure she's coping with everything that has happened. Sharon, for her part, is grateful for Nick's unwavering support. Their bond has stood the test of time, and despite their ups and downs, there is still an undeniable connection between them. Tuesday's episode will feature some touching moments between the exes as Nick helps Sharon embrace a new chapter in her life. With all the love and support Nick continues to show her, could this be a sign that their relationship is headed toward rekindling? Fans of Chic will be watching closely to see if sparks fly between these two once again. Nate Hastings and the mystery of Damien. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Nate Hastings finds himself navigating a complex and potentially dangerous situation. He has been trying to get through to Damien, a man who is actually Holden in disguise. On Tuesday, it looks like Damien may finally open up and agree to talk. Holden, posing as Damien, may apologize for walking out on their previous meeting and show a willingness to hear more about Amy Lewis. If Nate can convince Damien to listen, there's a chance he might agree to see Amy, who is dying of leukemia. However, things aren't as simple as they seem. Nate has been growing increasingly suspicious of Damien as he spends more time around him. Will he uncover the truth about Holden's deception before it's too late? And if so, what consequences will that revelation bring? Final thoughts. Tuesday's episode of The Young and the Restless is packed with tension, romance, and unexpected twists. Sally and Phyllis's fiery confrontation, Billy and Sally's growing connection, Sharon and Nick's heartwarming moments, and Nate's intriguing mystery all make for an exciting hour of television. Will Phyllis's interference spell trouble for Billy and Sally? Could Nick and Sharon find their way back to each other? And what shocking secrets will be uncovered about Damien? Stay tuned to find out. Tuesday, February 4th, will be a day of tension, romance, and intrigue on The Young and the Restless. Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers are set for a fiery confrontation. Billy Abbott finds himself caught in the middle, and Nick Newman lends a helping hand to Sharon Newman. Meanwhile, Nate Hastings inches closer to uncovering the truth about Damien. Sally and Phyllis face off. Sally Spectra knows how to push buttons, and Phyllis Summers has never been one to back down from a challenge. Sparks will fly as Sally deliberately provokes Phyllis, igniting yet another round in their ongoing rivalry. While Phyllis is never one to hold back, Billy Abbott might step in before things get too heated, urging both women to retreat to their respective corners. Phyllis remains convinced that Billy is wasting his time with Sally. She believes that this romance is nothing more than a temporary thrill and will make it known that Sally doesn't truly understand the real Billy. However, Sally stands her ground, unwilling to let Phyllis dictate her love life. Billy, meanwhile, continues to appreciate what he and Sally are building together. Though their romance is still in its early stages, they are both excited about their future, including their upcoming trip to Paris, which promises to deepen their connection. Nick supports Sharon. After the chaos with Jordan and Ian Ward, Sharon Newman is looking to turn the page. Fortunately, Nick Newman is there to check in on her, offering the love and support that she needs. Sharon will be touched by Nick's continued presence in her life, and as they share a heartfelt conversation, viewers might wonder if their bond is evolving beyond mere friendship. Could this be the beginning of a romantic rekindling between the two exes? While Sharon and Nick have been through many ups and downs, their connection has never faded. Tuesday's episode may plant the seeds for a possible reconciliation down the road. Nate's growing suspicion. Over at Memorial Hospital, Nate Hastings remains deeply involved in the mystery surrounding Damien. The man posing as Damien, whose real name is Holden, might show a willingness to talk again after storming out of their first meeting. As their conversation unfolds, Holden may press Nate for more details about Amy Lewis, indicating that he might be open to meeting her, provided he gets all the information first. This could put Nate in a tough spot. If he reveals that Amy is dying of leukemia and that Damien is actually his half-brother, will Holden relay this news to the real Damien? Or does he have an agenda of his own? As Nate spends more time around Holden, his suspicions about the man's true intentions will only grow stronger. Could he be hiding something even bigger than they originally thought? What's next? As Tuesday's episode unfolds, the battle lines will be drawn between Sally and Phyllis, Nick and Sharon will share a tender moment, and Nate will continue to unravel the mystery surrounding Damien. With relationships evolving and secrets brewing, The Young and the Restless promises another thrilling episode filled with drama, romance, and unexpected twists. Stay tuned to see how it all plays out. According to Tuesday, February 4th spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra will be able to agitate Phyllis Summers, which will lead to some conflict. Sally and Phyllis will eventually clash, but Billy Abbott could show up and push them to their limits. Naturally, Phyllis will still believe that Billy is squandering his time on this infatuation with Sally. Phyllis would laugh at Billy's attempt to attribute his search for a new beginning on Sally. Because Phyllis doesn't believe Sally knows who Billy really is, he might anticipate that their relationship won't last. Sally will, however, resist Phyllis and maintain her security in the relationship she is currently forming with Billy. Although Billy and Sally's romance is still young, they will both agree that they like the direction it is taking. Billy and Sally will soon travel to Paris, where they will undoubtedly become even closer. Nick Newman will see Sharon Newman in the interim to see how she is doing following the incident involving Ian Ward and Jordan. It turns out that on Tuesday's episode, Nick will assist Sharon with starting a new chapter, so we'll have to wait and see what that means. In any case, these ex-partners will have some wonderful times together since Sharon will value all the affection and support Nick still gives her. Is there a possibility that Sharon and Nick may eventually leave the friend zone again? When Damien, also known as Holden, decides he's willing to speak again in Tuesday's YNR episode, Nate Hastings might have some hope. After apologizing for leaving their initial meeting abruptly, Damien might press Nate for further details. Maybe Damien will argue that if he hears the complete tale, he'll think about seeing Amy Lewis. If not, he won't. Will Nate eventually reveal that Amy is dying of leukemia and that he is Damien's half-brother? In the aftermath, will Holden provide the genuine Damien with any startling updates? Stay tuned because according to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Nate might start to suspect Damien more and more the more time he spends with him.